It's going to be a gorgeous 3-day weekend, and now not so much. We get a couple of days out of it. Anyway, special in-studio guest this morning is Darren Wilkins with Mount Ellis Academy. Welcome, Darren.
Thank you for having me. Good to be here.
Well, you've got a good radio voice, you can tell right now, so my job may be in jeopardy here. All right, you are with Mount Ellis. Tell us what's going on there at Mount Ellis right now.
Yeah, I'm from Mount Ellis Academy. I'm the principal there, and we've got some really exciting things going on there. At least it's pretty exciting to us. We're involved in a competition for a $500,000 grant through Kohl's Cares, which is a branch of Kohl's department stores.
Okay.
And interestingly, the grant recipients are chosen by a Facebook vote.
Oh. Okay.
Top 20 schools in the nation on the Facebook vote get the grant. You have to go on and register your project, and you have to meet certain parameters in order to qualify, and we do. But this has been going on since July 7, and it ends at 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time Friday night.
Oh, okay.
And through the course of that contest, our little school up in far off Montana, far from anywhere else, we've had just a remarkable, and we really think miraculous run. We're feeling just incredibly blessed. We've had over 21,000 people go on Facebook and vote for our school.
Okay.
And it's become almost a worldwide phenomenon.
So you're getting votes from all over the country, I suppose?
All over the country, all over the world. And right now we're in 15th place out of all the schools in the country in the vote. And so we're just in an incredibly exciting position, but not a very secure one, because it's very tight, and schools in large metropolitan areas, places that have access to large populations, are working very hard, and so it's just a scramble to the finish. We have just 2 days left, and so we're excited, and we're nervous, and you know, looking forward to the end of this thing and hoping for a deluge of votes between now and Friday night.
How have you been getting the word out? I assume if this electronic age, you've been sending emails out like crazy, right?
Well, you know, we got into this late. We didn't even find out about it till the last week of July, and we decided let's just spend a couple of days and see if we can pour some energy into it, see what happens. And so we just kind of had this little, you know, image in our minds of building this little snowball, packing it, and starting to roll it, and seeing if we could make it grow. We got on Facebook and just started promoting, you know, 3 or 4 of us to our friend networks and encouraging them to promote, and so on and so on. And in 2.5 days, we cracked the top 100.
Oh, wow.
And then we just went, you know, it kind of took on a life of its own, and we went roaring up the leaderboard, and here we are at number 15 with just a couple days left.
Now, you're the principal. Are you the guy that found out about this, or how did you come across this?
Actually, you know, we have a development director. He's in charge of raising money for the school, and his mom lives in Billings, and she just happened to read about this contest or see it on TV, saw it through the media somewhere, and called him up and said, hey, you should look at this. And so we studied over the rules and realized that we would qualify, and decided to give it a run, and it's just been way beyond what we ever could have imagined when we started.
I would imagine in that public schools have public taxes that fund them. They're not part of this, right?
Oh, they're eligible, and
are they?
There are a couple of public schools, you know, in the top 20 right now. But, you know, I think the fact that they are publicly funded maybe doesn't make them quite as hungry, you know, as the private schools. And so most of the schools in the top 20 are private.
Okay. So you're in the top 20. The top 20 get what?
Well, you qualify for up to a $500,000 grant.
For each school?
For each school.
Oh, my.
They're giving away $10 million. For us, you know, we've had a simple message from the very beginning, and that is we're a school that's been here a long time. We've been here for 109 years, founded in 1902. Elisha Rouse, who Rouse Street is named after, one of the first settlers.
I've always wondered who that was named after. Now I got a first name, Elisha, right?
Yeah, he was one of the first settlers in the Gallatin Valley. He donated the first 20 acres for our school to be built on.
Oh, cool.
So we've been there a long time, and because of that, our water and sewer infrastructure has been there a long time too, and it's reaching the end of its useful life. It's a desperate need to rebuild those systems. We have an engineered plan ready to go. Phase 1 is going to cost $600,000, and so when this opportunity came along, necessity being the mother of invention, we were just crazy enough to think a little school in Montana might have a shot.
Hey, that is great. How do people go about doing this? You said it's all on Facebook. Do you have to be a Facebook member?
Yes. You have to be a Facebook member, and probably the easiest, most direct way to get to the page on Facebook to vote is to go to our website at mtellis.com, mtellis.com. And from there, right on our front page, there are some instructions for how to vote, and there's a link that takes you right to the Facebook page where you need to go. There are also some contests on there that are sponsored by some local businesses and some alumni of ours, where you can click on the link for that contest, you can vote through that link, and you qualify for a drawing. One of them is a free helicopter ride with Mark Duffy from Central Helicopters, I think a half-hour helicopter ride over the valley and the mountains and all that. Another one's a free iPad. Another one is a $1,000 scholarship to our school.
Oh, great.
And so a person can go onto our website, mtls.com, and can vote and also qualify for some drawings.
So anybody and their sisters or cousins can get into this thing. You don't have to be related to the school in any way, shape, or form, but just anybody can go on Facebook and do this, right? Or
correct.
Actually,
You have to be 13 or older and have a Facebook account. That's the only qualification. And really, you know, we're getting votes from practically every corner of the planet. We're getting votes from Pakistan.
Oh my!
Right now, we have an alumnus from Pakistan who was with us last year, and he's back there working hard.
Are you going to give a prize to the most remote alumnus that votes? I think you'd have it.
Well, you know, we could give out a lot of prizes for, you know, all the people that are working hard on this. It's just an incredible blessing to us, because really there are people all over the country who have just dropped their lives and are spending 12, 16-hour days just working on getting out the word to different media outlets, you know, friend networks and all of that.
Question, can you only vote once, or can you go back in there more than once?
Thank you for asking. Every Facebook member gets 20 votes. You can cast a maximum of 5 votes on a given school. So that's one of the neat things about the contest is that you can vote for more than one school. You don't have to be partial.
Okay.
And so you got 20 votes to work with. You go on, and you have to go through a little series of clicks where you have to, you know, like Coles, and agree to have their application activated on your Facebook. And that application, some people ask, you know, are they accessing my personal information? And we've researched this carefully. We've talked to people at Coles. The only personal information they access is information that allows them to validate the vote. They never contact you. They never email you. They don't inundate you with any kind of marketing stuff of their own. It's simply to verify that you're 13 and your account name, to verify that, you know, that account has voted.
Well, I have the age qualified nailed. That particular part of it, I'm just over 13 by a couple of decades.
Yeah.
Last question. Has this whole event kind of brought everybody at Mount Ellis and the family closer together? What's the spirit of the school right now?
You know, it has been an incredible blessing. It really has. It's just energized our school, our students, our faculty, but it goes so much further than that. I could tell you stories for the next half hour just about the really genuine spiritual connections that you wouldn't think could happen through cyberspace. You know, one of our faculty the other day was communicating with somebody in the Philippines who was taking an interest in this. Somebody who had just heard about our school for the first time, and this lady in the Philippines, through cyberspace on a Facebook chat, you know, told our faculty member, we need to pray about this.
Oh, my.
And so they both paused on different sides of the world, both just kind of moved to, you know, to stop and just talk to God about what they were trying to do. And you know, that faculty member told me that was one of the most meaningful prayer experiences I ever had.
Yeah.
To know that somebody who, you know, who had just found out about us on another side of the world is praying for what we're doing. And you know, there are lots of stories like that, but it has definitely been a unifying thing for our school and just for thousands of people that have come on board to support from around the country.
Well, you know, the internet is used for a lot of nasty and bad stuff and everything else. It's nice to see that God's kingdom trying to be advanced through the internet. And as you say, from half a world away, you got a connection.
You know, it's been a huge learning experience, you know, for us and for our church. We're a Seventh-day Adventist Christian school. And, you know, it really has been a phenomenon that's unprecedented within our church. And a lot of people are sitting up and within the higher levels of our church and saying, there are some possibilities here that we never realized were there. I mean, it's something that's completely unique in the history of our church to see this kind of thing unite, a worldwide body.
Exactly. Let's remind folks once again, you have until 11 p.m. tomorrow night, on Friday night. It all ends Mountain Daylight time, 11 p.m. Tomorrow night on the 3rd, right?
Yes.
So get onto it. That's mountellis.com, mtellis.com. Go there and you can do the whole thing from there.
Yeah, and boy, these last few hours, it's going to be a race to the finish. And, we've worked hard at getting Bozeman and the Gallatin Valley on board supporting, and we just received such a positive reaction in our getting out in the community and working on it. So please go on and vote. And then after you vote, click share. When you click share, you can write a note to all of your Facebook friends and invite them to vote and share as well. And you start to get an exponential effect. Your votes can turn into 500 votes real quickly when you do that.
Number 15 in the top 20 towards this prize. We're going to hold you accountable. We want to know how it comes out.
Okay.
And let us know on Tuesday, okay?
We'll do it.
All right, Darren Wilkins with Mount Ellis Academy. Thanks for coming in today.